10 embarrassing Meghan Markle moments that pissed King Charles off. Number 10, mocking royal traditions. Now, as many of y'all already know, there is a scene in the Harry and Meghan Netflix series that shows Meghan doing an overly dramatic take of the royal curtsy she was to do when she met the Queen. The royal traditions, those weird and wonderful customs that have been passed down from generation to generation within the British monarchy. Some might find it endearing, others might find it absurd. But one thing is for sure, it's entertaining to watch from the outside. But let's talk about the curtsy. The art of curtsying may seem simple at first glance, but let me tell you, it takes some serious skill. First off, you have to get the perfect angle of your legs and feet, not too wide or too narrow. Then there's the movement of your body, a graceful bend at the knees while maintaining a straight back. And let's not forget about the positioning of your arms and hands. They have to be just right. But Meghan took it to a whole new level with her dramatic curtsy. It was like she was auditioning for a role in Swan Lake. I mean, we all want to impress our future mother-in-law, but that was just over the top. Number 9, Oprah interview. After the infamous Oprah interview dropped back in 2019, the couple had been accused of prolific lying, with lies being told about racism amongst other things. People can't help but wonder what is the truth and what is being exaggerated. Looks like the couple has quite a bit of explaining to do, and if it turns out they were telling fibs, well, let's just say that's not gonna go over well with the king. But hey, at least we'll get another season or 2 of The Crown out of this whole mess. Silver lining? I think so. But in all seriousness, the situation with Harry and Meghan is a perfect example of how quickly things can spiral out of control in today's media landscape. With social media constantly creating new avenues for information to spread like wildfire, it's no wonder that even the most seemingly perfect public figures can't escape scrutiny. And let's not forget about cancel culture. One wrong move or poorly worded statement can lead to an immediate cancellation and public shaming. It's a scary thought, especially for those in the public eye who are constantly under a microscope. Number 8, Netflix docuseries. We have all seen or at least heard about the 6-part Netflix docuseries, and let me tell you, the tea on these two, especially Meg, is hotter than ever. While it was back in 2020 that the couple stepped down from the throne to live a life away from their royal responsibilities, to have a quiet and normal life, we can't help but question why everything they've been doing is the exact opposite of quiet. The internet has been up in flames over Meghan's behavior in the docuseries, and some even feel as if it should just be titled Meghan because of her dramatic approach to topics that some do not feel deserved a whole series, especially if they wanted a life away from the press and media. Body language experts have revealed that Meghan's behaviors and actions show her as a manipulative narcissist who is using Harry's vulnerability against him and controlling him to do everything she wants. Number 7, playing victim. Harry's newly formed and deeply damaging anti-royal beliefs apparently are being peddled by Meghan, according to some people. Others see him as a victim of the royal family's strict rules and duties who has lost his true self in an attempt to fit into their mold. But let's not forget that Harry is also a grown man with his own agency. He may be considered a prince by title, but he's still a human being capable of making his own decisions. So why do some people insist on painting him as a helpless victim? It's easier to blame someone else for our own choices and mistakes. Instead of accepting responsibility, we like to play the victim and shift the blame onto others. And it seems that Prince Harry is not immune to this behavior. However, let's not forget that being a member of the royal family comes with a certain level of privilege and responsibility. It's not all tea parties and fancy hats. It also involves representing the country, maintaining traditions, and upholding a certain image. And while some may argue that these expectations are outdated, they are still part of the royal family's role and duties. But alas, Prince Harry has broken free from these constraints with his newfound anti-royal beliefs. And while it may seem liberating to him, it's also important to acknowledge the privilege and platform he still holds due to his royal status. It's not an easy feat for someone outside of royalty to garner the same level of attention and support for their ideas. Number 6, royal family drama. As we've seen the Duchess of Sussex become one of the most watched women in the world, we've also seen everything Meg has done, and all the fair and unfair criticism she's been receiving. But let's be honest, did we expect anything different? It's like watching a soap opera unfold right in front of us. Let's start with the classic villain, good old Prince Andrew. Yes, the same one who has been accused of some pretty nasty stuff. Yet this man still thinks he deserves to keep his royal titles and be a part of the family. Sorry, Andy, but that's not how it works. And then there's Harry and Meghan, who decided to leave their royal duties and start a new life away from the drama. Of course, the media and some members of the royal family weren't too happy about this decision, but can you blame them? The British royal family is basically the original reality TV show, and without Harry and Meghan, things just wouldn't be as interesting. And let's not forget about King Charles, who seems to have a knack for creating drama in his personal life. From his highly publicized affairs to his strained relationship with his sons, he definitely keeps us on our toes. Number 5, not caring to learn about the royal life. Within an interview with Oprah, Meghan claims she knew nothing about the life she was set to live with the love of her life, Prince Harry. According to a well-placed source, that was a, wait for it, blatant lie. Prince Harry and brother William's private secretary at the time had created an organized folder with information and contacts to help Meghan in this transition into royal life, but clearly she didn't care to learn any of it, and on top of that, accused the palace of not directing her through this journey. Sounds like a you problem, Meg. Number 4, Fab Four Breakup. The chaotic timeline of Harry and Meghan's relationship caused a lot more kinds of news stories. While sources told Us magazine that things went well when Harry introduced Meghan to William and Kate in January 2017, things took a turn when the eldest brother felt they were moving too fast. Harry was pissed off when William suggested he was blindsided by lust. William reportedly told his brother to take as much time as you need to get to know the girl, which upset Harry. Amid rumors of a feud between Meghan and Kate, the Fab Four made their last public appearance together at Christmas in 2018. But by March 2019, it was announced that Harry and Meghan would be splitting from Kate and William's royal foundation. Number 3, short temper. Meghan and Harry's whirlwind romance has been in the spotlight pretty much since they got together. With fans and haters watching their every move, this couple is used to getting lots of attention, whether they like it or not. When Harry got with Meghan, people started watching Meg like a hawk, dissecting her every move. Naturally, when you're part of the royals, people are gonna be more inclined to know what you're like. But one thing that really has people talking is Meghan's short temper. Apparently, the Duchess of Sussex has a bit of a fiery side that sometimes comes out when things aren't going her way. And honestly, can you blame her? She's been under intense scrutiny since she and Harry got together, so it's no wonder she might snap every now and then. But let's not forget, Meghan is a human being just like the rest of us, and who among us hasn't lost their cool when dealing with pressure and criticism? Whether it's snapping at a coworker or yelling at her partner, we've really all been there. So can we blame Meghan for having moments of frustration? And number 2, disliked by royal staff. There were reports at the time that palace staff didn't trust Meghan. While one staffer reportedly said she comes with a lot of baggage, others were more critical, with one senior aide calling her tricky and difficult to handle. Well, let's be real here. Who wouldn't have a few trust issues if they married into the British royal family? Sure, you get fancy titles and jewels, but at what cost? Constant scrutiny from the press and never being able to step out of line without facing intense criticism? Plus, you have to deal with all these strict royal protocols and traditions. No thanks. I'll stick to being a commoner. And as for the difficult label, can we blame Meghan? She was thrown into a completely new environment with rules she wasn't used to and people who were probably judging her every move. Not to mention, she was also dealing with the challenges of being pregnant and raising a newborn while living under intense public scrutiny. And finally, number 1, mistreating staff. Leading up to the Oprah interview, the Times reported accusations that Meghan mistreated her palace aides and staff prior to the 2020 exit. And while Meghan denied the allegations, noting in a statement that she was saddened by the latest attack on her character, the palace revealed they were investigating the claims. But that is all for today. Let me know what you think about Meghan in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more juicy royal updates and news on your favorite celebrities. And I'll catch you next time on The Rich Life.